There is a place in the universe where all roads end, not because there are no roads, but because it is impossible to leave it. An object heavier than millions of suns, compressed to the size of a city. Here, gravity distorts not only matter, it distorts reality itself. This is a black hole. And today, we won't just observe it from a distance. We'll get close enough to understand exactly where the universe ceases to obey its own laws. Every black hole begins with death. Massive star runs out of fuel, the internal pressure disappears, and then gravity takes over. The core collapses in on itself faster than you can blink. At that moment, a boundary appears, one that cannot be seen, but can be crossed, the event horizon. It is not a surface. It is a condition. Here the speed required to escape exceeds the speed of light. And that means anything that crosses this line disappears. It does not break apart. It does not explode. It simply ceases to be accessible to the universe. But the disappearance isn't the strangest part. The strangest part is what happens before that. Light starts to behave strangely. It bends. It twists. Space becomes a lens. You could see your own back while looking straight ahead. But the real conflict isn't in space. It's in time. The closer you are to the event horizon, the slower your time flows. For you, seconds. For the rest of the universe, thousands of years. You aren't just falling into a hole. You're falling out of history. And this is where science stops, because beyond this point, there are no observations, only hypotheses. What's inside? We don't know. Perhaps matter ceases to exist in its familiar form. Perhaps it transforms into something we don't even know how to describe yet. But there's a deeper problem. Information. If you throw a book into a black hole, Will it disappear forever? Or does the universe somehow preserve every letter? Stephen Hawking showed black holes can evaporate slowly, almost infinitely slowly. But if they disappear, where does everything they've swallowed go? This contradicts the very laws of physics. And that means we're missing something. And then the final point emerges: a singularity, a place where density becomes infinite and volume zero. It is not an object, it is a rupture, the end of all equations. Physicists call this a mathematical catastrophe, because our laws don't work here. Perhaps space breaks through into another universe. Perhaps it all ends right here. But there is a more troubling thought. A singularity is not the answer. It is an indication that our picture of reality is incomplete. And yet, black holes aren't just destroyers. They are architects. At the center of nearly every galaxy lies such a structure. It holds the stars in place. It governs the movement of matter. It triggers the birth of new systems. Paradoxically, the darkest objects in the universe make the existence of light possible. They destroy in order to create structure. We will never see what lies beyond the event horizon. But the very fact that we can describe these boundaries already changes our place in the universe. We are beings trapped within it. And yet, we are capable of understanding that which is forever hidden from us. Perhaps this is the true horizon, not in space, but within our understanding. You gaze at the stars, and somewhere out there, right now, an eternity is coming to an end.